All right, this was sent in from Seastones. I have not seen these games. Here we go.
Somebody killed Lock Pet, but I just couldn't stay on him. Just get knocked over and over.
I'm gonna fast forward to the start of the game here. Oh, look at that! You actually, thank you. I appreciate this. You show me which games are which and when in the video. It's nice. All right.
Looks like they were really far behind.
Dead
Okay.
Okay.
Novos,
Hiding left.
Beckinsale, and Tempest. This is a scary LSP.
I got rooted, man.
This opener sucks. Oh, this opener's terrible. Oh my god. Okay, so just immediately, this is just rough out the gate. So this is RLS versus LSP, and it's my impression, and you saw this for those of you that watched the tournament. Okay, RLS is played a lot like RPS, wherein you are playing as Mutilate and you want to rush a single target down. Like 9 times out of 10, that's what's going on throughout the game. It's a very simple comp, but it's also very scary. And so I'm assuming here that your rogue is Mutilate. I haven't actually checked yet. But if that's the case, then you want to basically pick a single target that you can rush down for the entirety of the game. So let's take a look. We've got Warlock, Paladin, and Shaman. It's my impression that there's no way you're going to chase a Destro Warlock all game against LSP on a Z-axis map such as Dalaran, so that's just a no-go. Next up is going to be Paladin. Paladin has Bubble, and also that leaves 2 free casting wizards with Bloodlust. Probably not the pick either. So that leaves the Shaman. So I would probably aim to get a clean cheap shot opener on the Shaman, knowing that you're never going to sap a Paladin Warlock comp because they can Hellfire Sack. So that's all that you need to do. You need to cheap shot, kidney shot the Shaman, even though it kind of gives them less, or Barkskin rather, because of that talent. Might not even kidney shot. I could see running at the Shaman, cheap shotting him, getting full dots on him, and just like spamming Envenom on the Shaman as best you can. Popping Cloak, doing everything that you can to just rush him down as quickly as possible, because RLS is played not unlike Beastcleave. Like, you just want to go in, pop all your cooldowns, and kill them. If they then bubble and get away, you kind of have to reset until Cloak is up. Anyway, that's my goal.
Yeah, I'm coming, but I'm like...
blindness.
The opener here was just atrocious. I think we got pulled out of stealth.
Hiding left. Hiding left.
Let's see how he gets pulled. Is it Shadow Fury?
I got
No,
rooted,
Earthbind.
man.
Oof. Rough. So yeah, the game is lost at this point, basically. Like, I hate to just say that this early in the game, but oof. Against a really good LSP on Z-axis, this is so bad. Okay, let's see what happens. He gets spell locked on the opener. I don't actually hate this. So he gets spell locked on the opener, which normally be like, oh, you gotta fake that, whatever. If your rogue gets pulled out like that, you're not killing anybody, so you might as well get spell locked out of the way anyway. So whatever, not the end of the world.
Yes, I don't know. Fuck, it's so bad though. Probably go lock off it, I guess. Hodge me. So bad.
Grounded his Hex.
Yeah.
Hex Shaman, maybe? Or Goat Shaman?
Yeah, I'm trying.
I'm seeing the same thing that I see with every other Warlock. I was really on Lodash's case about this on my previous video. You guys, it tongues Pallies, man. You gotta tongues Pallies. They have permanent Bloodlust all game without Bloodlust, and then you just put Sacred Cleansing on everything, and then it becomes a spiral. If ever you're pissed about Sacred Cleansing, ask yourself, did I tongues the Pally? If not, then, like, shit, that's a fourth of the Sacred Cleansing's gone.
I'm trying to go Sean. I just can't hit anything, man. They know how to play. I just walk away.
That is a Mutilate Rogue in WoW Classic. I just can't hit anything. They know how to play. That's quintessentially Mutilate Rogue in 2023.
Everything?
Oh, okay. So you do tongues Pally good. Okay, awesome. I'm glad to see
The
it.
Sean.
Is there
I'm
Orb
dead
Magic?
here.
Funnel. No, they're killing
I
its
can't.
pet.
My pet's fine. I'm locked out right now. I can't.
Okay.
You were stacked on your pet here. Don't love that. I definitely play differently positioning-wise. Like, I know this game is kind of... I should probably just go next, right? The opener was terrible. It's chaotic. It's just kind of an awful game. But I'm going to dig in a little bit here just for funsies. Like, if I go back, my positioning's very different. Like, I feel like I would either try to take the right box here in order to ensure that I'm able to LOS cast and keep my pet away from them, or I'd try to take the left box and just try to get UAs up from a distance. I feel like you're forced to push in because your rogue got opened on, so you can't really take left box and play the defensive opener. So I'd probably go right box, but because you didn't, it means that you're kind of out in the open with your pet. Because, as you know, in Wrath, there's no way for me to be like, hey, pet, go behind that pillar so you don't get blasted by 2 wizards. Like, it has to follow you or attack something. Either way, it's going to be in the open. So I don't love the positioning here.
Yeah, after dotting. Trying to kill the pet a little. It's actually dying.
I think you can be better at stomping totems that aren't Tremor.
Maybe get the shaman here.
And it's actually kind of hurting you too, because most of this game you are standing on your pet, and most of this game you're near your shaman, meaning that the opposing Warlock is having a field day with Shadow Furies. Every Shadow Fury is going to hit 3 targets with that. Yeah, just like right now, if you send your pet over to kill that Totem of Wrath, like not only are you reducing your opponent's spell power and forcing your opponent's shaman to use more globals, but that means that you're not going to get Shadow Fury with your pet. So when you get Shadow Fury, you can devour yourself or you can devour your healer, depending on the circumstance. Pet positioning is not great.
I'm gonna get Hodge soon. They're baiting me to Hodge.
Warlock tech full. We can play the game.
Yeah, I'm running at him.
I would reposition
Holy
port here.
fuck.
He also chose to be on the bottom, flowing him for you.
Yeah, it's. I can't.
The howl can be better here. It's so hard. Like I feel like I'm nitpicking, but it's like so important. Everything kind of revolves around howl for an Affliction Warlock. Like it's just, it's how you land kills as an Affliction Warlock. And if you are fighting a shaman in arena as an Affliction Warlock, which is 9 out of 10 games, right? Every single team has a shaman. Those howls just have to go on the shaman because they're the only target that you can fear. So a very, very common thing for me to do is to howl the shaman and blanket the pally. The pally won't be able to dispel the shaman out of fear. Shaman eats enough of it for you to get the UA. Then the pally is going to be hesitant to dispel that UA. If he dispels the UA, the shaman continues in that fear and you can get another UA and fear again out of it. Everything rolls off of that, all the while the paladin's just like sitting in UA silence and you're doing damage. And so you feared both DPS without fearing Shaman. Shaman tremored instantly. Suddenly, everybody's on Fear DR with the exception of the Shaman. And then he probably just applied Sacred Cleansing on yeah, I don't know. Don't love it.
Can't hit anything.
Hodge, he's gonna
Maybe
fear me off this.
No, I don't. I'm just walking away, I guess.
You just spam dispelling my fucking corruption when I have UA up. Like what the
Yeah. See, you're right. It's obnoxious as hell, right? Like you could have UA up the whole game and paladins just sit there and dispel through it like it's nothing. And it's super obnoxious. However, it's like, I can't say it's objectively correct, but it's correct, right? If you are not putting up pressure because you haven't set up that howl and you don't have tongues on the pally, like of course he's going to dispel it. Like what happens if he gets to UA? He takes 5 or 6k damage, he gets silenced, and nothing happens because you don't have enough pressure going out. Best case scenario for him, he doesn't hit the UA and he applies Sacred Cleansing, and then you're done.
Look, enemy has no freedom now. I can vanish on him. I have blind too, but
I have no dots.
How long on howl
yeah,
here?
I'm just gonna send it on the
Where's your
lock, I
howl
guess.
cooldown?
Try to just take 0 dam.
I know, he's
Wait, am I blind? I must be blind. Where is your howl cooldown shown on your bars?
just
Sorry,
spam dispelling my dots.
I must be blind,
I
I
have
don't
UA
know.
up and he's missing my UA and constantly getting my fucking.
And
Yep.
we have to cross kidney and fear. We need to be
Hit the
crossing
lock,
kidney and fear to fix
Yeah.
that.
It's frustrating. I
The
get it.
cleanse.
Oh man, and
Bring it.
I think that's the 2 most common, and I'm seeing it here, and I've talked about it to death, but it's the 2 most common mistakes that I see with Warlocks, especially as Affliction. One, they aren't howling shamans. You don't fear other DPS if the shaman's there. Like maybe against like 2K players, duelist players, whatever it is, the shaman might not see the fear and he might not tremor and all as well. But like as soon as you start fighting real players, that shaman, if he's free, he's going to tremor that fear every time. So it's just not even worth fearing the others until you're able to fear the shaman with howl. And then the other common mistake that I always see is your pet's just not stomping things that aren't tremor. There are other things that need to be stomped that are, especially as RLS. Oh man, this guy's got cleansing totem up the entire game and we're not stomping it. You got to kill those.
This paladin a little. Slowed him.
Blocked pally full.
Hit on him. Yeah, I'm trying to kill the pet. I killed it.
Warlock sex.
Nice.
I'm knocked down. Careful. My pet's like in trouble.
Yeah, I think earlier in the game I said I'd reposition port, and that's
He's
why.
gonna go hard cast probably.
Drinking.
He thinged it. He
puddle?
thinged.
I'm drinking here.
Yes, sir.
Drinking.
Hodge me a trink.
I really need this drink depending on how we're doing.
Cool.
Nice. So he hits a UA there. That's great. Your rogue got
me.
coiled.
Take the bolts.
I think this kind of spiraled a little bit. So like back here, you got
Do you
knocked, and we didn't have that port repositioned. I think if we did,
now we're
your
done.
pet remains up top, and you can get that coil off your rogue instantly. Like if you get this coil, he actually stays on the shaman. But I'm guessing, and I haven't seen it really, I'm guessing that the coil lands full, and the shaman's able to get distance, and that's, you know, there's your kill opportunity gone.
Coil me.
Let's see.
Take the bolts.
Watching the rogue and the shaman here.
Yeah.
Rogue eats to full coil. Now
I
he's
got
in
a little
roots
bit of
away
a
from the
drink.
shaman. If you devour that coil, oh man, the whole game's different. He's still on the shaman. He's doing all kinds of damage. It's great.
There.
I'll cloak and run at him. He's playing. This guy has freedom. He has freedom. I think he needs to.
I would honestly, I'd argue that the tongues on the
Yeah.
pally here is more important than the corruption on the shaman. Like, it is so important
has-
because, like, right here, you put corruption on that shaman, the paladin's gonna cleanse, and like he's gonna get a poison and a magic effect. That paladin's loving this right now. He doesn't have to worry about UA. He's got a million haste, and he's like double value cleansing here. Yeah, we need tongues.
Freedom. He has freedom. I think he needs soon, but
I can't land a UA. Like
Won't
I'm
get to
missing
him
every
now.
single UA.
Because
I'm
we
hitting
have
the
to
pet
hear
again.
the paladin on the kidney, brother.
in the
We
pet.
need to
In the
talk
pet.
about it.
Pumping the pet actually.
You got to reposition that port still.
Why didn't we talk about kidney there? Why are we just sending that? You gotta howl when he kidneys. Or
He's
else
right.
we're just
If I
like,
knew when it's happening, I would.
You're right too. He has to call the kidney.
Probably.
I'm just dead. Well, I don't
I
know.
don't know when kidneys are happening, so.
Yeah, I mean, this is classic, like, 3v3 struggles, right? The rogue has to be like, hey, I have kidney, are you ready to howl? He's not doing that, but you're howling without kidney, and so he's like, well, what the hell? Just classic, like, both of you need to be more communicative, and I think you're probably just on tilt from the bad opener and all that, so it's just kind of a rough game. And I think I've been pretty harsh on you this game, but there are a couple things that, the reason you're struggling with Sacred Cleansing so much is because of those things that I had outlined. Also, I had critiqued the Cleansing Totem being up all game. I don't remember if it actually is, because I'm not seeing it now, but I don't know if I'm just not familiar with your UI. In addition, I don't know where your howl is on your bar, so let me just take a look. These videos are always long, and so I'm just gonna take my time with this. If it's boring, such is life. So I'm looking now on your bars for howl. I have old eyes, and so maybe I'm just not seeing it.
Oh,
But
he
where the
won't
hell?
be able to-
How do you know when howl's
No, we
coming
needed
up?
to blind that
It's your
guy.
most
He
important
needed to
cooldown.
blind
I don't have it. I don't
It's
have
just
it. I don't have
fucking-
it. I don't have it on you. It's gonna knock me.
I must just be old because I'm just not seeing howl on your bars. So whatever, that's embarrassing. It must be there, right? You have to track howl, right? So that's one thing. If you're not tracking howl, oof, get howl on your bars. You need to know when it's coming up. Next up is cleansing. Do you have the nameplate for cleansing enabled? Let's just see here. Do we see cleansing ever?
shaman,
Yes,
maybe?
we do. So we see cleansing there.
Yeah, I'm trying.
So it's actually not up all game.
trying to
I
go
think I was
shaman.
unfair there. What breaks
I just
it?
can't
Because
hit
something
anything
is
then,
breaking.
you know
Is
how
it
to
just
play.
the rogue seeing it? Yes, it's the rogue. Okay, so the rogue kills it here. All game, your pet should be chasing that cleansing totem for your rogue. Otherwise, he's just going to have to kill it, and it needs to go down constantly.
Fine.
Is it up a lot more later?
So depressing.
Yeah, it's up here. I mean, that thing's just getting his cripplings over and over and over. So when
Trying
you
to
hear your rogue whining, hey, I'm in a roots, I can't get to the shaman, I'm a rogue, this sucks, mutilating 2030, you know, it's kill cleansing. It's important.
The pet.
Anyway, rough opener. I feel like I was pretty harsh. We'll go next. Let's see here.
That's where I was.
Versus what is this? Okay, so it's balance. Oh yeah, these guys were playing. Okay, not really a comp, but we'll just I'll critique it, I suppose. So here we've got RLS versus Warrior Boomkin Pally. This seems like a very straightforward game where the warrior's positioning basically dictates the game, and I say that because the obvious target from my perspective is the warrior. As RLS, I want to train the warrior into the earth, and all that really stops you from doing that, in my opinion, is going to be the Typhoon on a Z-axis map such as this. So I'm going to pay attention. Is the warrior on the edge of the map so that you get Typhooned off, or rather your rogue gets Typhooned off, or is he not? Let's see how it goes.
Live so.
Can't.
No, it might be Moonkin.
Double.
Go
What the
warrior
fuck?
though, right?
He's about to be combat. I'm getting
Yeah.
away. He'll drop.
I can.
Oh, it's a moon.
I sap the boomy. Sap the boomy. Oh, I can't. I'm gonna open the warrior in a
Okay,
sec.
open warrior.
Oh.
It was kind of a risky cast, to be completely
I
honest.
sap the.
Like right here, the warrior charges you.
I'm
You
gonna
know
open-
that your rogue is about to open on this warrior,
Warrior.
and before he opens, you start casting UA. You know, like 1 second later, you can free cast because he's cheap shot. But you cast before that, oof, you get pummeled here. It's like, oh god, that sucks. It's a little risky, but you know, whatever.
Oh. Knocks me, but it's shit.
I can't get the clone.
Nice. The knock did nothing, so this is great. I feel like we want to lock that clone. Why couldn't we?
I'm gonna
Let's
open
see.
the warrior in a sec.
Oh, your pet's turn evil in Egypt, and Tremor doesn't get it. Yeah, so okay, I don't blame you there.
Oh. Knocks me, but it's shit.
I can't get the clone.
I get cloned. I blind this guy.
I like the tongues on
Yes,
Pally.
sir.
That's really good.
Take the clone.
Ah, fuck.
You get tongues on both casters. That's amazing.
Getting pumped actually.
I literally, I just put auto devour against something like this. Like all these, like sack, kings, mark, sacred, all that crap. Just helping your shaman get that off of everybody. It's great.
Actually, red sack.
Tremor's down.
Oh, the guy lets you fear him. That's
Yeah.
that's pretty good. And he trinkets that. Okay.
Wall.
And wall. So they
Two-
they stack paladin trinket, wall, and divine sack. So we're loving that right now. I think I would just be trying to line up UA fears on druid once the pally gets out of bubble, and then just going ham on the warrior here.
I'm not trinketing this right now.
2-hand wall on me. I want to keep my thing though, if I can. I have a vanish room now.
Yeah, he's clean.
Ooh, I don't like that fear. You probably
Wanna
know this
keep
already.
my
Let's
thing,
let's.
though.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I do this sometimes, and I'm glad nobody's VOD reviewing me because I'm gonna like, you know, this is gonna hurt. So
Okay.
we're watching here. The druid is at 1/4 DR on fear for another 4 seconds.
I have a
So at 3 seconds to being with, so like actually there was a chance that he wouldn't be immune to that fear, right? Because it's what, 15 seconds to 20 seconds is the DR window where it could be or could not be reset. But at 20 seconds, it's completely reset guaranteed. I don't know how your Gladius or whatever this is going to be set. Like, is it set so that your DR tracker is at 20 seconds exactly? Or is it at 18 seconds? So to be right, you know, kind of in the middle of that 15 to 20 second window? Or is it at 15 seconds? I don't really know. But it, like I set mine to 20 and like, if you wait that extra 2 seconds, that's a full
Two-handed-
fear on the paladin. Instead, you DR yourself, and that's a mistake. Good, you're stopping the surf. Oh, the warrior died. Okay, yeah, well that
Can
makes
you-
sense. God, RLS is
Can you
chunks,
trinket
isn't
that?
it?
It's not?
I guess that's what happens when you stack wall, divine sack, paladin trinket, everything in the game.
Oh, I clicked this.
Yeah, that checks out. Doesn't even matter that you DR'd yourself. RLS versus a fake comp like that, they're gonna have trouble. All right, going next. Yeah, this is rough. Z access again. Do we get a cheap shot? Like, we need to get the cheap shot on Sham. I would be hiding my pet away from the paladin so that he can't just get the free turn evil. Like, it's more valuable for me to have my pet just to be devouring the shaman of Sacred Shield than it is for me to have the paladin or my pet in position to spell out the paladin. Because there's no way in hell that paladin's going to just start casting, or the warlock for that matter, is going to just start casting with my pet free. Like, it's going to get turn evil and you can do nothing about that. So I'd rather have my pet back here in a position where they can't hit it and in a position where I can do offensive dispels. And so we'll see if that's what you do. But
What? Bro.
oh, he gets rooted out again. So like I said last game, the game's probably lost at this point. Like, this is so hard to come back from. You need to get a cheap shot. I don't know, that's rough.
How?
You went to say it's so unfortunate.
Bro, it's literally
we can
hitting me
reset-
from fucking a year away, man.
We can reset. We can reset. Tremor, you just run back.
Your pet's been on top of you and you got shadow feared with it again.
He's gonna come
separate yourself from pet, man. You could like hold it back there, whatever, it's fine. Worst case, the warlock starts teeing off on it. You can dispel its own immolate. Which, by the way, everybody should have this. If you're a warlock, you need to have a button that is dispel my own pet of a debuff. If you don't have that, get that macro made and bound. Because like if the warlock starts teeing off on pet, you can devour the immolate before the conflag goes off most of the time. I think it's just latency though. Like, I don't actually know how this works. Against Chan, he just seems to own me every time, but he's insane. If a opposing warlock is casting an immolate at me, and I'm pre-dispelling, I'm spamming dispel on myself, does the conflag or does the dispel happen first? Like, if I dispel it, then he doesn't get the conflag, that's a big deal, but if the conflag goes off, then I don't really care about dispelling the immolate that much. And so, I think it's just latency. Like, I think it's just like whoever's spamming the button fastest and the netcode just detects that one occurred first, but I don't really know. So, if you know, let me know in the comments. Anyway, yeah, if the warlock goes after your pet back there, you just pull it back, and like it's fine. But you need to be separated from your pet more than you are.
Block you though, but just come reset.
I mean, yeah, I can never reset because they just all WQ me though.
My pet's weird. They're shrinking my pet.
Yeah, just hold
Can
on. Wait, or come
re in
summon
like
a new one.
Trying to pull
2
back.
sec maybe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right here.
Okay,
Stun
if
the
we
shaman.
so here this is great. We get the stun on the shaman. We did unfortunately stack it with a hex on the shaman. Your shaman I think just like hexed him and didn't say anything. Don't love that. If that hex goes on the warlock when you open on the shaman, I think it's way better because now the warlock's definitely going to shadow fury peel. But we'll see
Down
what
here,
happens.
That's
I'm
fine.
gonna
You
go
go.
in.
I don't care. I don't care.
Stunned.
Can you him?
Howled.
Yeah, he shadow fury peels. Yeah, that's some miscoordination there. You can definitely play better there.
Howled.
I'm
Your
drinking
pet goes
Tremor.
down.
She's dead.
Yeah.
Oh man, this was so close to being nice. The shaman. Oh god, this is so close to being good. And I know like this is a super hard matchup on a super hard map with a super bad opener. It's like I know I'm being kind of harsh here, but like
I don't
the
care.
shaman runs over. He goes out of line of his pally on Z axis, and he gets cheap shot. Right. Oh my god, this
Stun the
opener could be
shaman
so
down here.
clean. So like right here when I see this happen, and I would tell you to go howl, but I don't actually know your howl cooldown because I don't think it's displayed anywhere. Right here, the shaman gets cheap shot. I would throw corruption at the shaman, and I would howl the other two. That's my game plan because they can't be tremored, right? The shaman's in a cheap shot kidney, and he's out of LOS. I think you force bubble with that, to be honest, if not double trinkets. But instead, I think we end up casting at pet, and because we used hex on the shaman instead of the warlock, you get shadow fury peeled. It's close. You had the opportunity, but I think the ball was dropped.
That's
I'm
fine.
gonna
You
go
go.
in.
I don't care. I don't care.
Stunned.
Can you him?
Howled.
I'm drinking Tremoring.
Pet's just dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. RLS is played a bit like Beast Cleave. Like you were trying to blow all your cooldowns to kill somebody with just raw pressure. And during the cheap shot opener, like we finally got that opener we've been waiting for. We like didn't do anything with it, right? We need dots on the shaman. We need fears on the pally. Yeah, it was kind of missed.
Pointing at this guy.
Here, no Tremor. If you could just spell.
No, I don't like how these howls are killing me, man. If the shaman's not in kidney, don't howl the deeps. And if you can't do that, then howl the shaman and blanket the pally. Every time we use that howl, it just ERs, you know, and he's just gonna tremor every time. He's a good shaman. He's one of the best shamans out there, and he's gonna see that fear every time. He's gonna tremor every time, and then I don't know.
It's almost over.
I feel like I've talked that to death. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna try to hit lock here. I'm gonna get turreted. Oh,
I
that
nice you.
clipped.
Okay.
I counterspell him.
I'm gonna blind.
gonna get
I
hex
can blind
full, don't
Sean
trinket.
soon. Fears
Hex
me.
with no trinket. Yeah.
Into roots. Sitting pet.
So right there, your rogue said I can blind shaman soon. At the same moment that you were dotting the shaman, I think that's just lack of communication there. I mean, it's everything kind of fell apart, so I get it. Yeah, it just needs to be cleaner. We need a hard opener on the shaman. We need to train him throughout the game. We need to coordinate those howls with the kidneys. Either that, or we need to fear the shaman and go something else during that time. Like all of these things just kind of have to line up against a team like this, or you're never going to land that kill. It's so hard against a good LSP and on a map that isn't yours. It's just rough. I think this one's probably over. Let's see what happens. We howled the shaman, and what happened with it? Did he get cleansed? Did we have blanket for it? Let's see.
The luck.
Okay, right here, we have blanket in 1 second. Spotlock comes up in 1 second, and we howl the shaman. If right here, we howled and blanketed the pally, bam. Suddenly you get full dots on the shaman, and you can run at the pally and fear him and coil the shaman. Because remember, when you have howl on the shaman, you can still fear the pally. Right? These are two separate abilities, and it doesn't take that fear off of the shaman, that howl off of the shaman. So that would be kind of a better way to do it. But to be honest, either way, the tremor's still over there around the pillars. I don't know how much of a difference it makes. Wait, no, it isn't. I got baited by... Okay, so that's interesting. When you howled there, he did just Earthbind. So he was going to eat that. Oh, man, that could have been so good. Anyway.
Don't go up there. Just don't go up there. Why do we have to go up there?
Yeah. I think we're frustrated and probably complaining about things that aren't so pertinent. It's really hard. I feel like I'm critiquing against one of the best teams on the ladder, and so like, I know, but all right.
This game let him get combat.
He's already out. He's at the Boomkey too.
Probably gonna try to typhoon me.
Yeah, he is. He's waiting for it. Look, he's gonna go for it.
I'm literally.
Typhoon has such a wide range.
Okay.
Oh.
Fuck.
Oh no.
Not gonna sap anything? Are they gonna sap the Boomkey?
I can sub.
Hey, you gotta get it.
Nice. I like that.
Okay. Dodge me. I just drink it. Fuck.
Oh, we missed howl. Damn.
I'm gonna get.
I think it's just a mistake. Whatever.
Take that
Nah.
clone.
Ah,
Yeah.
I fucking suck.
Can you go? A blind boot me on a clone cast. I'm gonna
Don't
just
do
run
it.
out.
We get the fear on the pally.
You triggered it anyway.
Get the fear on the
Kick
pally
clone?
again. The only thing I would change here is I would tongues to pally. Otherwise, it's like, well, I think we like missed howl and fucked up spell lock. Whatever. These are just like, you know what's up with that. But getting that double fear on the pally, it's great. I think I would tongues them. Otherwise, yeah, we forced wall and from here you can just fear the rest of the starfall and yeah, we're good.
Fuck this. Holy fuck.
Now, just
Okay.
You have a lot.
I actually wouldn't have coiled there. Like, I know warriors can suddenly do damage in wall. Except I don't hate it. But I think you could hold it for the next DR. Fear on pally.
Hot. Fine.
Either way, he has
Red
trinkets.
sec, okay. Yeah. Red sec, red sec.
I get it off. I get it off.
This guy's
I
not
get it,
pressing
on.
fairy fire on me. Nice.
I'm getting that. Maybe.
I'll kick the re maybe.
Got it. Got it.
Can you kick? Kill.
counterspell.
Blade storm. I get cloned.
This guy.
It's you.
Yeah.
This guy does.
You have a big comp advantage here. One thing I want to know here is on that howl right in the beginning,
Yeah.
I'm going to like slow it way
I
down.
just drink it.
Okay, so we howl here. I guess I'm just mad at myself because I still don't know where your howl cooldown is displayed. It's your most important ability, or cooldown, I should say. I feel like I know I'm going to post this VOD, and somebody in the comments is going to be like, yeah, it's right there on his bar, you blind boomer. But, like, I just don't see it. Like, where the hell is your howl cooldown? Anyway, okay.
Fuck.
A lot of hot. Fine.
Red sec, okay. Yeah.
All right, next game, we've got RLS again. Let's see.
Yup. Probably. Possible, right? Is that what we did before?
What is this? So Ellie Mage, Priest. In my opinion, it's arguably your hardest counter. I don't know if it's your hardest counter because like Priest can get trained down. So if that was a pally, it'd probably be worse. But the last thing you want to see as RLS is a mage, and then fighting a mage and an Ellie on Blade's Edge. This is like there are a few things I can think of that would be more difficult for RLS to beat than this. If you win this game, I'm blown away.
Priest.
They're in
Yeah, sure,
combat.
might be. Yeah.
Like, what the hell do you do? I feel like you just zoom the
The
priest.
guy
Okay, and
jumps,
you are
I'm
zooming
gonna
the
get
priest. Okay,
guy
good.
Trink, though. I'm gonna Garrote off this actually. Doing the most damn.
Block poly.
Oh my god, they're actually letting you do a lot here.
Click the fear? Okay.
Love the coil. I probably fell down blanket the... Well, no, it's Garrote. No, okay. I was going to say, fell down blanket the priest here, and like he might just die in it. But either way, we want to make sure that we have tongues on Sham. Because he's going to start off healing here. Ooh, nice. Okay, so you got tongues and it was kicked. Very clean.
Most damn.
Stay on him.
Genesis.
Oh my god! Okay, you guys played like lords that game. You should never win that, in my opinion. Like, it was just super clean. I think the only thing I can critique was like an accidental agony, which I think was just a fat finger at the beginning. Yeah, you have no business winning this game, and you guys nailed it. It was a good off kick, good tongues. I don't know, good coil timing. Well played. Okay. LSP on Rune. So this is definitely your
saw
map.
other people going Ellie. It seemed like
I would go
They're in
Ellie.
combat,
Nice.
bug. We
Yeah,
should
they're
probably just
bugging.
get rid.
On this map, so I would go Ellie on Blade's Edge and Dalaran because you cannot go Warlock on a Z-axis map due to port, basically. On this map, you have like you can go anyone. Like on this map, I'd probably go Warlock and howl the Shaman with a blanket on Pally. But yeah, you know, you do you.
Ready to go. Cloak. I have to train.
big
Sorry.
damn on me.
That's
Get that.
too far ahead.
Blind Ella. Sap Ellie actually. I'll open
yes,
this guy.
yes. Yeah,
We
yeah,
sap
yeah.
Ellie,
I'll
we get the
blind
cheap
Ella.
shot. Oh, this is so clean. So like right here, sap on Shaman, and we get the cheap shot on Warlock. I would immediately be trying to banish the pet to remove Soul Link from the Warlock, and in order to get that accomplished, I would call for a grounding. So right here, I want to banish the pet. I would say, hey, grounding totem now. He can't spell lock that grounding. Suddenly the Warlock's with no Soul Link, no spell lock, and he's in the open, cheap shot while his Shaman is... Oh, it's like such a clean opener if we get that. The Shaman did trinket, so he could... be blinded. The problem with blind is that he'll get bopped. However, that's bop out of the way, so I don't even think that's the worst. We'll see what happens.
Off that K.
Oh, he trinkets. He
Oh, he
trinkets
trinked it,
that.
I'll blind him.
Magic spell log.
Yeah, so he should get bopped on this trinket,
City.
right?
Dodged.
Yeah, he gets bopped. All right, so We now have no trinket and no bop on the shaman, and the warlock has trinket. I feel like I would be lining up a howl on the shaman here and just full dotting him up for the swap. Like I'd run into the shaman, try to break the tremor with the pet or rocket gloves, howl him out, dot him up, and then call for that like cloak all-in swap on the shaman, because I think the shaman just dies unless he immediately gets bubble healed. And even then, that's bubble, not the worst.
That's it.
He bopped it.
Get you.
Big damn on me here though.
I'm hexed. I might have to trinket this.
How?
You're a little late on that pet going after the
Maybe
tremor,
just
or just you
trinket.
rocket gloving.
I trinketed.
Yeah, as long as you didn't cloak.
I like the tongues on the pally though.
Fuck, I pressed it
Howl
now.
both of them.
Okay, that's a
He's
pretty good
bumping
howl.
me, though.
It's yeah,
Stay
it
on
was
fire.
fine.
You're ready to go Ellie, right?
Go.
Yes, go Ellie. I love it. Good call.
Yeah.
Explain it suck.
That was good.
I feel like I would just ship coil. Yep, exactly. Nice coil.
Trying to
Just
wall
try
on.
to get your rogue to him. Do everything you can. Your rogue, I don't know if he cloaked already. Do you have a tracker for your rogue's cloak?
I might just have to line for a sec.
Did he already cloak?
Can't get there.
I
Okay.
assume he
I
did.
don't have cloak either.
Yep, there it is. Okay.
Let's push him per Hodge probably in a sec.
I think your rogue probably preemptively cloaked this game. I don't actually know. Maybe he was getting teed off and he had no choice, but you want cloak for that like zoom, right? Right there, that was your kill opportunity for the shaman, and if you could hold cloak to that moment, the shaman is getting chunked, but instead now you have to run away.
He has it in.
Also, I would get a tracker for your rogue's cloak if you don't have it. Again, I have old eyes. Maybe you have it somewhere just like you have your howl cooldown, but I'm not seeing it. Like, I need to know how long I need a turtle here, and I don't know unless your rogue's calling it, which just clutters up the comm. So I would get a tracker for your rogue's cloak here.
Sec.
Careful.
And by the way, I think a lot of people don't get add-ons like that, like Omni CD or those because they clutter things up, right? It's just more noise on your screen, and you don't want to see all that crap. Sure, but remove everything but that then. Install the add-on and only show cloak cooldown, and only have it display if it's on cooldown. So it's literally not showing unless it's pertinent information. That's just my take. But then again, my UI sucks and everybody makes fun of it. So what do you do?
Dodge now. Catch him.
I can hex them off that half.
Sure. I can re here maybe. I will.
Cleaning shaman.
Push on
Yeah.
if you can, yeah.
Yeah, break those
Wobbling
cleansings
now.
here. So important we break those cleansings.
Open
I know
up.
your pet's banished, but like I would actually dagger it.
Yeah, can he?
He's supposed to be sick.
He's just spam dispelling because he knows we'll never hit him.
Okay, we're like way winning on mana. Just
Yeah.
keep doing what we're doing.
He spammed dispelling UA because he knows we'll never hit him. Honestly, like, I don't think it's about that. I know what you're saying here. Like, the Pally's not scared of taking damage because he knows we're not going to swap to him. But, like, the reason that these Pallies just dispel UA is to get Sacred Cleansing up. Like, and because it gets wounding and cleansing up in one global. It's not about them being scared or not about their health. It's all about Sacred Cleansing. Yeah, it's not about the damage.
Trying to get freedom off. Stop.
Help this guy if you can right now.
Yeah, I am.
Take the bolt.
Oh, I locked it too.
Cloak gonna run at him. Should be dead. I have big damn.
Through the cast.
Yeah. Okay. Some misplays from the opposing team, I would say. Like it was like pretty good on your side, I would say. Like obviously there was like room for like little things here. Like when you go for like an immolate here because you get
Cloak
locked
gonna
on
run at
affliction, I want to say. Let me see.
He's
let me
just
go
spam
back.
dispelling because he knows we'll never hit him.
Okay, we're like
Let's
way
see
winning
here.
on mana. Just
Yeah.
keep doing what we're doing.
Like this shit, I shouldn't even critique, right? Like you got locked on affliction, which is fine, and then you start casting an immolate only to immediately
Freedom
replace
off.
the immolate
Oh.
with a UA. So that's like a second and a half of you effectively doing nothing. It might as well be a searing pain on a totem. It would be more effective, I think. But whatever. Like these little things don't really change the outcome of the game that much. Overall, I think this was relatively clean, and you took down LSP. All right, let's go next.
I can wait a little.
They might drop. They might drop.
This is kind of your
Yeah,
counter again.
I'm trying to stop Ellie. He's so deep though.
You go, your RLS goes for saps more than I do. I basically just don't go for sap as RLS because most teams will just get in combat through some kind of a pet bug, including this team, by the way. Their mage should descend in the water Ellie and go invis. That puts him in combat, and then his teammates can go ahead and trade combat, and that's the end of that. I would just go for the cheap shot. The cheap shot's going to be more important. If you go for the sap, you just risk getting pulled out. To each their own, though.
It's fine. After
Actually, no. I'm going to say this. So, a lot of rogues will debate me on this. They'll be like, no, because like some people will drop combat and then it's worth it because if they drop combat, then we have this huge advantage. But like in my opinion, you're playing based on their mistakes. You're just hoping that they make a mistake. I'd rather fight in a way that I assume my players are playing to the best of their ability and are playing at a very top level, wherein no opponent here is ever getting sapped because they're sending that water ellie in and they're getting in combat. I wouldn't go for the sap at all. I would just get a cheap shot on the shaman in the best, or the priest, in the best possible position. That's what I would be focused on. Don't risk getting pulled out here.
Before we get out of this blizzard, get ready to...
I'm just gonna dismount, dude. I can't.
Do I just open Lee?
I just.
Yes.
Okay, I do. I'm waddling at him. Open him now.
But you can get your, right there, you could have gotten your shaman's
He's gonna
kick.
deep me inside kick
You need
sheep.
to funnel your pet, possibly.
That's a good kick.
Either going to you or your...
Guy's pushing him for fear. I'm at.
Oh, I could
I
get the
can't-
volley.
Maybe dispel? Fuck. Probably should have trinked. I'm sitting.
Yeah, we threw Spelllock at the beginning of the game at Shaman. You even said that you threw Spelllock, so you know this. But like, if you have the Spelllock for the mage here, it's great because then your rogue doesn't eat polys. The problem is, I'm going to go ahead and guess that you're using staff, and I'm going to guess that you're not switching in any spell pen. So that means that you're probably running 130 spell pen, which means that against this team in particular, you have like a... Okay, I don't actually know the number, but you have a high chance for that Spelllock to resist on mage unless you elements him. But then you're using elements instead of tongues on a mage with Bloodlust and Icy Veins and trying to Spelllock that poly. I don't know about you, but like that 0.7 second poly is probably not going to get Spelllocked by my boomer hands. So kind of a rough spot to be in, but either way, that's what I would do. I would elements to mage and I would Spelllock the poly. Unfortunately, we threw Spelllock a little bit earlier, so that's that.
Now though. He's stopped next to me. I'm hitting mage here.
Yeah, even then, like you feared him and it resisted.
second.
Freeze! Freeze!
Okay. I cloak and run at him. Running at him. Finishing him.
I have you.
On him. PS.
I would
I'll
hollow
trinket
right here
this.
if you have it.
Cheat me half.
Might as well, yeah. Get
We get. Yeah, I get out off this.
Man, you are free casting and not giving a shit. Their shaman should be sharing you much better than he is, in my opinion.
sheep full training.
And die. He dies. I'll blind alley full. On the heal.
I could counterspell him.
Damn. Yeah, big
It's
damn.
good
big
blanket,
damn.
good blanket. Yeah. It's awesome that you're beating this team because they counter you. I feel like they're losing the game more than you're winning the game. Like I don't mean to be harsh, but like they should never lose this matchup, in my opinion. I think they're fucking up pretty hard. Kind of weird. It's not to say you guys aren't doing things that are clean, but it's just like I don't know how the hell that rogue's staying on anybody. Kind of strange. Anyway, we'll go next. All right, we got a Flow States LSP. It's probably a boost because that's all Flow States does.
I know
Let's
it's
see what
not
happens.
too late. They already did it. If we get up there, though, we can still get a
Wait,
sap.
wait. No sap.
No, we just
go
go.
alley.
Yeah, never go for the sap. Like, again, this is just, you will never get a sap if they're playing correctly. Just go for the clean cheap shot in a good position. If you hang back a little bit, like, it's possible that the shaman runs over the tomb, and then you cheap shot him, and suddenly he's out of LOS of his teammates and in LOS of your casting. It's perfect, but obviously you can't dictate your opponent's positioning. And here I am advocating for capitalizing on your opponent's misplays, which I just advocated against in the last game. Whatever. We'll move on.
Yeah, he's right here.
Okay.
We can just
I
blind
got
Warlock.
Hanged out, man.
It's okay.
Yeah,
just
well,
send blind Warlock.
I got
in
knocked too. I won't for a
We'll be
little.
good.
Can do it now. Can you? Kill the cleanse. Got it.
This is actually a pretty clean opener. He dispels UA, which is great. I would get tongues on that pally, reapply UA on the shaman, and I'd get myself into a position to start howling things. Like right here, the shaman, he trinkets kidney, right? So he's trinketed kidney, he has no trinket. I would be looking to fear shaman. Because honestly, all that they're going to be doing right now is freedoming the shaman and trying to get away from your rogue. And if you just fear that shaman, he's going to suddenly be pushed into a position potentially back towards your rogue. And he has no trinket to get out of the fear. If the paladin wants to get him out, then he's going to dispel UA again. Perhaps. You know, it's all RNG. But that would be my thinking here is just fear the shaman.
Freedom if you can.
Yeah.
Goes me. I can't get back to this guy for. I can go lock too though.
Yeah, fear that shaman, man.
I'm just
Fear that
cloaking to get
shaman.
him. I'm hitting
Down.
lock. Big down.
Okay.
I don't love this. I think the go is still the shaman. I think we still even have
Yep,
Deadly up
shaman's
on him. Or no, we didn't.
I can cheap kidney this guy. I'll do it.
Stop the cast.
Get him. His bob's still there. He's gonna knock me.
Vine sack. Okay.
Should be able to get back to him.
Kick
I
the
do.
heal. Kick the heal. You can pure paladin.
Trying to.
After stack, I have big dam.
Oh, you be careful.
Watch me. Okay, I trinketed. Kick this.
I don't see your howl cooldown, so I can't tell you how you're doing here. But let me actually go back and just so I'm going to be a little nitpicky here.
Kill the clan.
Actually, it's not a nitpick. It's a huge deal. So here, like I said, Shaman Trinket's kidney. How long could he be feared here? Like how much fear duration are we missing out on by not attempting to fear him? I think you have Howl
Close
here.
me.
So when the
I can't get
Shaman
back
runs
to
towards you
Steph,
here, you can just fear him because he
I
has
can
no
go
tremor
lock
right
too,
now.
though.
Like right now, I'd be running up to the Shaman and howling him. Let's see what happens.
I'm just cloaking to get him. I'm hitting lock. Big down.
Okay.
So that was about 5 seconds. Your Shaman eats a Hex because the Shaman isn't feared. He trinkets, so that's your Shaman's trinket that could have been avoided by fearing the Shaman.
Yep. Shaman's X full.
Shaman's Hex full, that's good.
I can cheap kidney this guy. I'll do it.
So out of the Hex, I would be fearing the Shaman.
Get him. His bob's still there. He's gonna knock me. Should be able to get back to him.
Kick
I
the
did.
heel. Kick the heel.
This is part of why you gotta be stomping those other totems meanwhile, because that's why it's fucking hard to click through.
You can fear Paladin.
Trying to.
Still not feared the Shaman. Still not feared the Shaman.
After stack.
You feared the Paladin with the Shaman up, so that just DRs your fears on... Man, you're killing me with these howls. Affliction Warlock is all about howls. Howl is what matters. Go back here. You howl the Shaman and fear the Paladin. There's Paladin's trinket. Done. Right? We gotta be better with howls here.
I never get back. I have sprint. I'm waddling at him.
Somehow this is
I
still
don't
kind
wanna
of
drop my
working. I feel like this has no business working, but...
He's in trouble. He's in trouble.
It's slowing him.
The full bop. I have a big thing. Big thing.
Praying.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. Big damn.
I kick McDeal.
You win the game, but I don't know. Like, it was a little sloppy. I'll be honest. It's just howl. We gotta get better at howl. All right. I don't know if you're using howl glyph.
I'm gonna
either, 'cause I
trinket
still don't
this.
see your
I'm gonna get
cooldown, but I might just be blind still. What's going on here? Okay, so we've got. Did we get a? How did we get a sap? What the hell? Like, I'm just so confused by this stuff. Like, you should never be able to sap these teams, whether it be a warlock or a mage. They send their pet in, they get out. Whatever.
Okay. Trinket
Okay.
fears.
We need to drop a port, otherwise that shaman's gonna run up to you and knock it. So drop a port. We
gonna
get
trinket
great
it.
dots on priest. They're giving you an outstanding opener here.
So I'm gonna get. I vanish this. I'm gonna cloak. Yeah. He should die. I'll grow it off this.
Alright, counter the poly.
Nice counter spell.
Can't actually.
Kick heal from Shaman.
He's gonna get a sheep on me
The
now.
poly.
Maybe a spell.
Try to get in the air. Get it.
I Feldom here, to be honest. I Feldom lock the shaman.
Maybe give me
Feldom
now,
lock the
nothing on me,
poly.
nothing on me.
Whatever it is, like we are
don't
all
fear.
in right now. We need to kill.
Fuck. Yeah.
Hit
I'm so.
top of you.
I can
Sure.
trick it if I need to.
Might as well.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, we had to press buttons faster, I think. To be fair, you should never beat this team. I've said that before.
Shoot.
Cleaning Shaman.
yeah. I'm waddling to him. It'll take me a second. I'll just blind priest instead, I guess. I'm opening.
Ground X.
Yeah.
I'm fear,
Trick it.
fear.
Tremor.
Sheep me.
Everything.
Nice. You got it. I trinket this. Big damn.
Nice.
I vanish this. I kick sheep.
And fear the shaman right here.
Cooked.
Come on,
Fear the shaman.
I'm cloaking and running at him.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
stopped
yeah.
the penance. Half blind him, but he dies.
Nice.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, no. When the shaman trinkets a kidney or a warlock or a coil rather, I'd aim to just fear him, just to keep him in position for my rogue to kill him. Otherwise, in theory, he could get distance. He died either way. It's fine. But like, I think the fear is more effective than the haunt there. All right.
Maybe
You're just fighting a counter over and over and over.
Cause-
It's just a rough sesh.
Feared.
I vanish. I'm getting to the priest. I'm on him, but I'm gonna get thing back here. Keep me. He's actually hitting me back here.
I would drop a port here.
Polyed half.
Keeps me. Yeah, I'm just hitting. I'm lining. I'm gonna cloak. I kick sheep. Hitting this guy for a sec.
There's lining.
Yeah, I got knocked. Fuck. It's not good.
Yeah, we didn't drop that port, so we're kind of double knocked here in a weird position.
Stuck
Dodging
down
everything
here.
I can.
This is rough.
Dotting everything right now.
Sure.
Tremor's
I
down.
sold you out.
I have no cloak. Stop sheep. I'm hitting mage here.
I got a sheep.
Waddling at him.
I think you're using mouse over devour, if I'm not mistaken. I see your mouse
Sure,
kind of
sure.
move over to the rogue here to devour the fear. Yeah, you know this already. There's better ways to handle this. I probably would do, just like party 1, party 2, or something like that. But
Tremor's
yeah, that's what it is.
I have no cloak. Stop sheep. I'm hitting mage here.
I got a sheep.
Waddling at him.
I locked it.
Nice.
can't stop the next one. Cool, this guy. Fuck it.
Yeah, on his blink, do it. Okay.
Alright, I'm cool now.
Yeah.
Dead.
Jesus. I'm speechless. You're owning him. You're winning. I don't think it should be working. I just think they should never let that rogue touch him. Maybe he's doing things that I don't understand, but I just can't understand why you guys are winning on Z-axis maps against LE Mage. It makes no sense to me. Like what put the Mage in that position in the first place? Like, didn't they have the high ground on you? Am I mistaken? Okay, so here
Knocked.
you are both below, and they're both up top, and they are casters. They are not melee, right? They can just stand up there and cast at you. What brings the Mage down?
I'm
Getting
stuck
dodging
down
everything I
here.
can.
Yeah.
I'm dodging everything right now.
Sure.
Tremor's
I
down.
sold you out.
I have no.
He just jumps down. Why would he just jump down? Okay, they're killing me. All right.
Stop sheep.
Whatever. That's okay. We go next.
Call was he youth lane?
Oh, great.
Dropping bombs.
Flow states, LSP. We just go for cheap shot on Sham, I think.
Maybe no, stop. Look at the shaman over here, though. I'm gonna go.
Okay, right now he gets that cheap shot. I think you're running the wrong direction. I would be running directly into that pally and the warlock, and I would howl them, because again he's kidneyed.
Oh, I get knocked though. I'm bad.
I guess he's not kidneyed. He's cheap
I
shot.
get to him
whatever.
though. I'm gonna get hodged.
Just kidney?
Maybe.
He trinkets that. Okay.
Just freedoms and
You can run in and howl the shaman now,
runs.
Weird.
I'm gonna
Tremor's
blind
down.
lock here.
and I would redrop a port.
It's fine.
Like now?
My shit when I'm. We can clean him and go him maybe. Sure. I'm going him.
We can banish pet.
Can him?
Best banish right now.
I don't have yet. Ports.
Howl's still up. We
You
just
already
gotta
pressed,
howl that shaman.
Align this shit.
Is he
I was full
And
fear.
that's
Oh, he gets a lucky cleanse. That sucks, man. Like you
Press,
you played, I would say, correctly. There's some questionable.
Align this
Like,
shit.
okay, so right here you have eradication and bloodlust. So your casts are extremely fast. So in this circumstance, I don't hate the fear before UA risking that the paladin cleanses it in that time, because your casts are so fast that like he might just not see the UA and then he's just going to dispel the UA. Instead, what happens is you get the UA before he dispels, and then he just dispels anyway and applies Sacred Cleansing, because that's Wrath of Lich King. Very infuriating. The paladin, whatever.
I was full
and
fear.
that's
Yeah.
Trinketed. Ran him again.
Burn the lock here. Can him? Call me.
So you played correctly there. It's just bad RNG. I would try to devour the rogue here out of the coil though.
it.
Trigger. I'm getting. Watch me. Hellstone. I trink. Hellstone and BM. I'm on lock hard here.
Shaman's in the open too.
Okay. I'm going lock. Going strong. Oh, I got knocked.
I lost shaman.
Right here, your pet's on top of you, and it's on top of all these totems. You should be stomping these totems, especially cleansing.
Full.
I'm waddling.
You might have to.
Yeah, I'll just cloak.
go ahead.
I think. I'm gonna fucking prep and sprint up there.
You still don't have like, oh, this is risky business, man. I think you still don't have a port dropped right over here. So if you get knocked, it's like spells big trouble. But what I will credit you for is this howl is beautiful. It's like, I think you just howl all of them right now, except for the pally, and right here you could fear the pally.
Finish on him. I'm gonna
you get it?
Okay. Still blind full kidney.
Okay, you do get the fear on the pally. Yeah, this is
Getting it.
beautiful.
Kill the
I was
totem.
full fear right now.
Pop.
Yeah. Oh, I'm thinged.
My pet's feared right now.
He's away forever.
I like the tongues on Warlock. Like that was a good howl. It's kind of. Oh, I like the
Oh,
UA
I'm
dispel
hitting
too. This
Pala.
is beautiful.
I can't hit that guy.
Yeah, Paladin's good.
Kidney, I can maybe get. I get knocked into a hodge. I'm scared. Little. I'm gonna line out of this. I'm gonna get for CC.
I'm locked.
Okay.
Can't do anything. Hold on. You're on
Actually,
I have you right here.
Stop
He's
that,
here.
thanks.
totally fine that you got locked there. Like they weren't doing anything with it. I kind of like that. Just risking the cast. It's correct, I'd say.
Okay, good.
Scared. No
Run over
buttons.
here
No
with me.
buttons.
Keep running,
I
keep
am,
running,
I
keep
am,
running.
yeah.
I wish I could see your howl cooldown.
Go anything.
He is, yeah. I want to go
Fire thing.
lock. Yeah. The pet is one shot if you can go kill it. I'm on lock. Can you this guy? I have blind soon as well.
He's in.
Okay, we forced bubble there. Another good howl. Yeah, everything's kind of getting lined up off these howls. These are great.
Four.
Yeah.
Hit shaman if you can.
Sure.
Shaman, yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God,
there's
I
the
tried to
knock.
cloak it, but
There's the. I knew it was coming. Ugh.
I'm bursting
Waddle-
with you. Till we
waddling.
get there.
Yeah, just redrop your port, man.
Stunned.
I
I locked fear.
I'm Hodge.
Get his hodge. Get his
cloak,
hodge.
cloak.
I
Keep blinding, keep
I'll
blinding.
You're good.
Try to run if you can.
Yeah. I can't really. I can blind lock full though. That's half. I'm just gonna do it
Good
though.
shaman, good shaman, good shaman.
Yeah. Can you this?
It's Divine Sack here.
He has howl. He has howl.
I guess I would just fear the shaman right now. Like, he triggered a
So.
kidney again. Just fear him
This
out.
guy's gone. I have to go lock.
Yeah, right there. Your rogue says the guy's gone. You fear that shaman, like, he's not gone.
I'm dead here.
I have an S here. An
Okay.
S.
Good NS.
How'd everything?
Nice, beautiful
Sure.
howl.
They have no freedom for this, guys. I get cold.
Wait, did the howl miss the shaman there? What happened?
Fuck. I'm dead here.
I have an S here. An
Okay.
S.
Oh. Oh no! Sacred cleansing. This howl was perfect, and then it just, you know, sacred cleansing. What do you do?
Sure. They have no freedom for this, guys. I get cold. Hmm.
Food again.
Oh,
Die.
you're out of line.
Shaman's
that.
pretty full.
Blanketed.
Yeah. I see.
Keep running.
I think
Trying.
that's it.
He has
Keep
no
lining.
fell dom. I'm trying.
Around this.
Good cheer.
Hitting the pet. He's gonna hodge you.
Good fear.
Hodge, yeah,
One the
trinket.
lock.
Kick lava burst.
Warlock,
Yeah. A kick X.
Big heal. Big heal.
Oh my god, big
stuns on this
recovery.
guy.
How
He
are you
wings
bringing
to
this
try to come
back?
up. Full kidney. Full kidney.
The game was over. They had
Well,
it.
the pet is dead too.
Nice.
I'm gonna kill the pet.
Shaman's
Is
fear.
anything else you have to live? Fear shaman, yes. Spam fear in
Pet's
here.
dead.
He's
Pet's
off
dead.
the
Pet's dead. I have cloak as well. I'm gonna cloak and run at him. Ports.
Yeah, there, because he didn't have
Running it.
bloodlust. Like, I don't love that fear, right? Like, that
Dead too.
time,
I'm gonna kill the
you,
pet.
you feared the shaman before you
Is
wang.
anything else you
It's
have
greedy.
to live? Fear
This
shaman,
fear
yes.
right
Spam
here.
fear in
Pet's
here.
dead.
He's
Pet's
off
dead.
the
Pet's dead. I have cloak as well. I'm gonna cloak. and
You
run
fear
at
the
him.
shaman? He's just gonna get cleansed here, right? Like, what's stopping it? You can't cast UA fast enough to kind of spook the pally. He's just gonna cleanse it. Fortunately, it didn't apply sacred cleansing, but yeah, he just got cleansed, and there goes your GR. Warlocks, man, everything revolves around fears on shaman. That is the whole game for you. You have to fear them full with UA.
Ports. I'm running at this guy. Okay, I kick this.
He's a fear you.
Shaman
Oh, he
sex
knocked
full.
me. I'm trying to run to you, Colin.
Yeah, just. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm dead. BM in one.
How'd everything?
See him lining. A BM now. A BM.
Yeah.
Why didn't
Rough map. It's just howls. It's howls and totem stomping, and actually, it's actually also devour. So I did this in my last VOD. I'm going to do this here again. This is something I see so commonly: is warlocks will not use devour unless it's a defensive devour on themselves most of the time. Like sometimes their teammate will call, "I'm in a hodge, I'm in a sheep, whatever it is. Can you get it?" And you do that. But I think your devour is underutilized. It's an offensive ability too, and I know it can be hard if you
I'm
want
over
to
here,
save
though.
it for the howl or whatever.
gonna
But
go.
like, I'm just gonna watch this game. I'm gonna speed it up, and let's just see how much of the game features your devour being off cooldown here. So I'm just gonna speed it up here.
I'm gonna go. Oh, I get knocked out. I'm bad. I get to him though. I'm gonna get hodged, maybe.
So I'm watching like your bloodlust cooldown and your fell armor cooldown up here, just to see how long the game has gone versus how much you've used devour.
Just freedoms
So
around
we
stuff.
used
I'm
one.
gonna blind lock here. It's fine. My shit went on first. We can clean him and go maybe? Sure. I'm going.
we can banish pet?
Clean him?
Let's manage him
I don't have yet. Ports. You already put sack. I lined the shit.
now.
Yeah.
Bring him
Run the lock
back.
here.
Unlucky, fear the spell. God.
Call me. I'm getting. Watch me. House done. I drink. House done and BM.
2.
I'm on lock card
I'm
here.
in the open, too.
Okay. I'm going lock. Going strong. Oh, I got knocked.
Watch out, full.
I'm waddling.
You might have to.
Yeah, I'll just cloak.
Bad.
I think. I'm gonna just fucking prep and sprint up there.
3.
Finish on him. I'm gonna. Okay. Still blind full kidney. Oh,
Getting it.
get the
Watch
turtle.
the fear now.
Pop,
Yeah.
pop.
Oh, I'm thinged.
I got fear now.
He's away forever. Waddling at this guy. I'm hitting
Heal.
Pala. I can't hit that guy.
Yeah, Paladin good.
Kenny, I can maybe get. I get knocked. Into hodge. I'm scared. Little. No line of this. I need
4.
FCC.
Locked. Anything? Hold on. Run down.
I have you right here. He's here. Okay, good.
Scared. No buttons. No buttons.
Keep it.
Yeah.
Go anything.
Yes. Yeah. I want to go lock. Yeah. The pet is one shot. If you can go kill it, I'm on lock. Can you this guy? I have blinds
Oh,
as well.
those cleansings, you gotta break them.
Yeah.
Hey, John, yeah.
Sure.
Come on, yeah.
Oh my god, I tried to click it, but
Cool.
That's fine. I'm breaking with you.
Waddling.
Don't get
Stunned.
I
Watch out, watch fear.
I'm
I
on.
click.
I
Keep blind, keep
I'll
blind.
Try to run.
Yeah.
5.
Can't really. I can blind lock full though. That's half. I'm just gonna do it though.
Good shaman.
Yeah. Can you this? He has howl. This guy's gone. I have to go lock. I'm dead here.
6.
I have an S here. An S.
How'd everything?
Sure. They have no freedom for this guys. I get cold.
Fear again.
Oh, you're out of line.
Shaman's full.
Blanket it.
I see.
Keep running.
I'm trying his. He has no
Keep
fill dom. I'm trying.
Promise.
Hitting the pet. He's gonna hodge you.
Hodge, yeah.
On the
trinket.
lock.
Kick lava burst.
Yeah. I kick X.
Big heal. Big heal.
Big stuns on this guy. He wings to try to keep him up. Full kidney. Pumping. The pet is dead too. I'm gonna kill the pet.
Because anything else you have to live. Fear shaman, yes. Spam fear
Pet's
here.
dead. Pet's dead. I have cloak as well. I'm gonna cloak and run at him. Ports. I'm running at this guy. Can I kick this?
He's a fear
Oh,
you.
my
Oh,
God.
knocked me. I'm trying to run to you, Colin.
Yeah, just oh shit.
Yeah, I'm dead. VM in one.
Everything.
See him lining. VM now. VM.
Why didn't we?
So we used Devour 6 times in 3 minutes. Yeah, it can be used, 3-4 times as much. It's just like the other VOD review that I did. We're underutilizing Devour. Now, you can argue, hey, I'm holding Devour because I need it for that Hodge, or I need it for that Spellog, or whatever it is. But then just track those things. Like, track the cooldown of Hodge, and if it's down, use Devour. It's underutilized, for sure. Every time that you get one of those Sacred Shields, every time that you get one of those Beacons, it's like a crazy flow difference. You look at the Paladin's mana here. The Paladin's at 0.8k mana, right? He's got 800 mana at the end of this game. Imagine if throughout the game you had devoured 3 Beacons or a couple Sacred Shields or whatever it is. He would have a long time ago. We're underutilizing that for sure. Even if it means having a toggle to switch between auto devour and not, like, do that, if that's what it takes to make that happen. The other thing is you have Shadow Bite on autocast. I don't recommend this just because every time that you Shadow Bite, it puts your Devour on global. Not a huge deal because I think your pet's mostly following you and it's not attacking anyway. But every time that your pet goes after one of those totems or whatever it is, it's going to Shadow Bite. And if in that moment you need to use Devour, you can't because it's on global. And by the way, that Shadow Bite, it hits for 300 damage, if that. So is it worth like having a delayed dispel for 300 damage? I would say that it's not. So I would take it off auto devour, even if it means literally never using it. I just think it's more detrimental than it is good. The correct play, of course, is to have it on a bind and use it appropriately. But like you got enough shit to manage, right? It's not worth thinking about. So anyway, same general vibe that I'm getting from the other VOD review that I did. We need to be better with Howl. We need to have a better understanding of when to use Howl on Shamans with Tremor. That's like the hardest thing that Affliction Warlock has to deal with, but it's also like the most important thing. So better Howls, better use of Devour, and then Totem Stomping. There's more totems than just Tremor Totem. We got to kill the other ones. Okay, that's it.